Yow! Sanjay Uchiha here, people, bringing you my review for Dragon Ball Super Episode 63. Don't defile Saiyan cells. The curtain rises on Vegeta's intense battle. Man, did anyone else just lose their minds watching this episode? Like, the hype is real. Vegeta fanboys rejoice. Trust me. So, I mean, just a general overview of it, get into it. The animation, which is a key thing for an episode like this, it's definitely a grade at least above last week's episode. So that's an important part. We got some important information, reveals. One thing bothered me about the episode, but it's debatable. I apologize if my background is noisy. The usual. And as of course, since I'm watching this on Saturday, credit must go to Herms98 on Twitter for providing translations. Wait, hold on. Yeah, sorry about that. I had to plug in my laptop. Yeah, credit must go to Herms98 on Twitter. So we start off the episode with essentially we see Bulma gearing up the time machine for the next round of travel, of course. We see Goku, he's finished his training with the Mafuba, learned the Mafuba. And I love this scene, like, it's totally overkill. But we pan to the lookout, and we see Mr. Popo and Dende, and they're staring in the direction of, where the hyperbolic time chamber would be, and the screen starts to shake. And then Vegeta just emerges, blowing up essentially the palace on the lookout. And then he just flies off, like, what? That was ridiculous. But moving on, after that, we pan over back to the future where we see Trunks, and he's bandaged up. So I'm guessing between last episode and this episode, he obviously would have escaped from Black. More unlikely. I'm not sure why he would need bandages unless something happened to the sensu beans. So, yeah. But anyway, so he eventually wakes up and Yadram informs him that Mai went to Black's base, Black and Zamasu's base. And we get to see that Mai has, from the preview last time, that bullet we saw, apparently some energy bullet from future Bulma. Black mentions that if he beats Goku next time, his power will be maximum. Well, this is Herm's paraphrasing apparently. So I guess we can wait for the subs to come on to get more clarification on that. Mai goes ahead. I don't know why she thought this would work. She goes ahead and tries to shoot, and the bullet just does connect, but does absolutely nothing apart from just knocking Black back to the ground. Nothing too significant. To note, yeah, Black and Zamasu were discussing the Zero Mortals plan, which I'm still waiting to get more clarification on, hopefully. But I'm knocking it. It takes away from the episode, but they'll more like hopefully explain it in the later episodes. So eventually, after getting shot, Black and Zamasu realize that it's humans, and they do the same cool, the combination when they fire their respective ki blasts and they combine into one. But just in time, Trunks arrives to actually protect them as a Super Saiyan 2, of course. And he checks if Mai's okay. And then Black's wondering how Trunks has still got so much power left if he's immortal too. So I guess that may be like an indication that Trunks has been fighting like them for a little while, taking the sensu beans and coming back every time. Probably that's indication of that. So after this, we get to see Trunks power up to that kind of pseudo Super Saiyan blue form with, he kind of initially buffs up like Super Saiyan 2nd or 3rd grade, and then he comes back down, like condenses, and then the blue aura starts to appear within his golden aura. So, still no explanation on that, so, but it is what it is. Hopefully we get some explanation. There are theories everywhere, but, yeah. So, we proceed to get this awesome fight scene between Black and Zamasu versus Trunks, and we kind of find out that even though Zamasu is immortal, he kind of has to take time to recover or heal when he gets damaged. So Trunks goes ahead to temporarily take out Zamasu and tries to finish off Black before Zamasu can actually get back into the fray. So we get this awesome scene of Trunks using the Gallic gun, Trunks dishing out the Vegeta moves. Yeah, this kind of felt like a Vegeta, a Vegeta fanboy episode. I'm not a Vegeta fanboy, I respect him, I rate him, but I love this episode, despite its flaws. So, eventually, Trunks goes on to fight Zamasu after blasting Black with a Gallic gun a great distance across, not the world, but, into a mountain range. And then, Trunks, I don't know why he thinks this. Well, I guess based on what I just said in terms of his, the time Zamasu takes to recover. So, Trunks is pulling a Vegeta again and saying, even if you're immortal, your regeneration should have limits. I'll blow you to bits. Which in my book is stupid, because yes, his regeneration does take time, but even if you blow him to bits, he will eventually regenerate. So Trunks, stupid move on your part there. So he was getting to blow himself up, but Black comes back and stabs him and leaves him barely alive. And just at that moment, Goku and Vegeta and Bulma come back to the future. So, well, they get out of the time machine. Bulma goes to hide quickly. And, Bulma and Vegeta are kind of arguing about Trunks and why they don't go and help him, whatever. And I love this. I love Black and Zamasu's villains. Black goes there to blow up the time machine. Well, not blow up, but he just damages with a key blast. Still getting shit done over there, Black. Love that. So he mentions that this era will be their graves. And Vegeta, kind of confident, not cocky, but he's confident that, no, it will be their graves. So, funny enough, the Mafuba jar was in the time machine. I don't know why Goku didn't take it out with him. So it's broken now. Lovely. So Black and Zamasu are there talking and nobody's listening to them. So Goku and Vegeta are trying to come up with a plan since the Mafuba jar is broken. So they decide that, yeah, we're just gonna beat him up. And just like Herm said, like that's worked before. So, interestingly enough, this is the part that we start to get some interesting tidbits, to say the least. And it definitely adds to the episode. So, Gowasu and Universe 7 Supreme Kai, they come to the future via the time ring. And I guess that does confirm, well, even with Black, it would have already confirmed that the time rings can jump to the alternate timelines. But yeah, so eventually, Gowasu is essentially, I guess, chewing out or cussing off Zamasu about all that he's done. Again, I apologize for the noise in the background. And Goku directs him and said that's not his student, and he basically corrects him and tells him that Black is the Zamasu from his timeline, essentially. So Gowasu is saying he wants to use the Super Drama to revive all the victims, but of course, as we know, Black has already destroyed them, and Black and Zamasu have already destroyed the Super Dragon Balls, and yeah, he brings that up. So eventually, Vegeta declares that Black will be his opponent. Of course, he'll leave Zamasu to Goku. Hold on, there was an interesting tidbit. Yeah, there was a tidbit that Herms initially missed about them mentioning Whis and Beerus. So apparently, it's confirmed that Whis is an angel. Like that's crazy. So, and eventually, because even I'm recalling from memory the scenes, I'm going through Herms's Twitter feed as I go along with the review. So I'll finish with the interesting tidbits at the end where Whis is concerned, but for now, yeah, he's an angel. And we go on to see that Vegeta goes on to take on Black. The initial exchanges, they seem evenly matched. Well, Black seems surprised that Vegeta's gotten so much stronger. And Goku takes on Zamasu, while noting that he's actually, like he says, and I quote from Herms, "You really are immortal, aren't you?" Yes, he is, Goku, obviously. But yeah, so after they've cleared the air, Bulma takes out I probably she carried a garage with her in a capsule, so she's gonna fix the time machine, and she has some glue along, so she's gonna get Trunks to fix the Mafuba jar. So after this, we get probably what all Vegeta fanboys have been waiting for. Vegeta goes ham on Black, like, Trust me, this was crazy to see. Like, it felt so satisfying to see Vegeta overwhelming Black. And as in, I love this part of the episode, but it was kind of like a problem for me in the sense that we've seen Black in the past that he claims it's Zenkai boost, but it's more of a, like an instant Zenkai where if he starts getting beaten, he just instantly gets stronger. So it's not like he has to wait to get heavily damaged or near it then recover for the Zenkai. He just instantly gets it apparently. So I was thinking for the probably not the longest while, but in recent times that to really defeat Black, the difference in power between Black and his opponent would have to be pretty large essentially. But that seems to be the case here. Well, a decent amount, because I'm guessing from Vegeta and a Zenkai boost from getting beaten up last time, plus a year of training in the time chamber, that he's really improved. He might be even, well, I think he's even stronger than Goku now, to say the least. So Vegeta says to Black as he's punching him through the walls. At one point, Zamasu trying to join in. He hits Vegeta. Goku herbs some comebacks in and takes Zamasu out of the fight there. And Vegeta says to Black, "Let me tell you your miscalculation. It's that body. Like Ginyu, Black and Goku's body just isn't the same as Goku." So eventually we get it's like a throwback, not an exact line from Z, but it feels like a line from Dragon Ball Z, which is in line with Vegeta's character, and I love this. He says, "You're a fake. I'm the real deal. The Saiyan Prince, Vegeta." I must say though that last scene of Vegeta powering up to this line could have been a bit better, but honestly, that's where our episode ends. And as I said in terms of the Whis information, our Supreme Kai explains that Whis has been an angel, always has been, and apparently when the god and angel source dies, they cease functioning until a new god appears. So it's like they're tying up loose ends and explaining why Whis in this future timeline hasn't intervened in all of Black's and Zamasu's shenanigans. And by extension, since they kill off all the Supreme Kais in all the other universes, all the other angels would have died. Well, not died, they would have ceased functioning. So more than likely, would have, if wherever Zeno is, it would have been Zeno and the top 5 fighters in the multiverse would have been the only one left. So I guess that's the only loose end to tie up in terms of why these higher beings aren't getting involved with these rogue Supreme Kais. But yeah, that's it for your episode. As I said, the animation was a great, well, it was better than last week. Last week was a bit clunky. The interesting tidbits, to say the least, interesting piece of information, honestly. That part about Whis being an angel, and I guess by extension Vados and all the other beings like them would have, I guess, been companions or teachers to the gods of destruction. That's definitely added to the episode. Again, building the lore, world building, stuff like that is always good, and it only I guess I can say that the next reason why, it's one of the reasons why Super and this new generation of Dragon Ball is pretty good. But this arc continues to show why it may just end up being one of the best arcs ever in any Dragon Ball media. The fight itself was pretty good, from Trunks getting some good screen time. It didn't really feel like Vegeta or Goku was overshadowing him. Trunks got his 2 cents in. I love that. I just didn't like that they made him, try to blow himself up to, I guess, get rid of Zamasu. That just seemed dumb to me. And again, even though I don't know if you'll ever explain it, it does take away from the episode that they still haven't explained Trunks' new pseudo/new form, or I don't know. It's ridiculous, but definitely a good episode. And as I mentioned before with Black, alright, so we do know, I don't know if I should call it an inconsistency that should take away from the episode, even though I didn't really, it kind of bothered me, but we do know Black, he took Goku's body at a point in time, a year ahead of when he and Zamasu would have fought. So this is a Goku that's Super Saiyan Blue and all that jazz. So it might be a case where it's not that he copied Goku's fighting style as was implied earlier on, or it might not be the crazy instant Zenkai that I've been saying, but it could be a case that every time he fights, he gets more used to Goku's body and unlocks more of Goku's power to use, in addition to what he's bringing to the table. And I guess in a sense it's still Zenkai, because they do kind of allude to that. So a combination of all these things, it does explain how Black has managed to get so strong and continues to, I guess, instantly get so strong. But in this case, it's not working, because I guess based on his line early in the episode, if he fights Goku again to reach his maximum, I guess what you're alluding to is that he'll unlock all of Goku's power essentially. And the fact that he's reaching his maximum, I guess the regular Zenkais are starting to set in terms of how they should work. So Vegeta is able to overwhelm him, sorry. So Vegeta getting a Zenkai boost from the previous fights, plus a year of training in a time chamber. Beautiful. So this episode definitely, for me, is definitely a 9 out of 10, to say the least. I love the fight scene. As I said, the fight scenes are amazing. I loved it. It's still no episode 57 though, but it's good. It's good. That next episode preview though, everybody should know the spoilers by now, but things are looking insane to say the least. I was theorizing that probably it's gonna be a case where the Mafubo jar is fixed and Goku tries to seal Zamasu, and just as about to get sealed, he fuses. Or is either that or a combination of that and the fact that Vegeta continues to overwhelm Black to the point where they just, both of these scenarios just come to I guess a climax, and boom, they decide to switch airings and fuse. What should I say? Do I have any more speculations? I believe they're gonna try and fight him, I guess, on their own initially, individually, but fusion, Goku and Vegeta, they're gonna have to fuse. Something's gonna happen. It's either that, or I'm predicting that the top 5 fighters in the multiverse are going to appear along with Zeno, and this is how Zeno is gonna get involved. But obviously, this new fuse, the Supreme God Zamasu, is gonna be no joke. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he's actually stronger than Whis, because this is insane. Even with Super's retconning of the power scale where Beerus and Whis are concerned, I don't know. We just have to wait and see. But I really need to do some discussion videos. I don't know. I need to find time. But I'll see you in the next one. Sanjay Uchiha out.